I'm Kevin Dowling. I'm with Four Moms. Unlike some of the folks that Mayor Peduto mentioned, I actually moved here from Boston a few months ago to join Four Moms. Four Moms is a local company. It started in 2005, 2006 by Henry Thorne and Rob Daly. It's grown, it's quite successful. It's about 160 people right now in the Strip District. By the end of the year, we're actually moving downtown into what is now known as the Fiserv building. It'll be known as the Four Moms building henceforth by the end of the year. So the company's been very successful, did around 30 million in revenue last year. We're on track to do around 50 million this year. So it's very fast-paced growth. And coming back to Pittsburgh, because I went to school here, was a natural thing. I was looking at startups both in the West Coast and the East Coast. I was looking at a variety of companies. But what I liked about Four Moms was not just the team and the products and the technology, but was the culture around it. And when I called folks here in Pittsburgh, called my advisor, Red Whitaker at Carnegie Mellon. I talked to Kit. I talked to many other folks here in Pittsburgh, and things had changed a lot. Mayor Peduto alluded to this in his opening talk, that things have really improved. With that said, though, there are many things that can improve even more, and some of the things that I look at when I talk to local entrepreneurs about Pittsburgh and what things that can happen better. If we look at, for instance, financing in general for companies, there are very few, in fact, one entrepreneur said zero, but I know that's not true, sources of seed capital and startup capital, sort of a network of angel investors that allows us to create new companies and create new jobs here in Pittsburgh. Innovation Works is very important in that gap. I know Henry specifically has benefited from Innovation Works and has started 3 companies due to Innovation Works and created many jobs as a result. Another is in recruiting. The flip side of it is, although in certain areas like RF, semiconductors, and a few other areas, usually deep technical areas, in general, Pittsburgh has a very good pool of applicants around traditional engineering functions and marketing and finance and so forth. But in some areas it's a little tough, but it's a little less competitive here, right? You're not competing for the same small pool of people. You're getting people here longer term because they're really committed to Pittsburgh and they're committed to the companies that they join. You don't find that as much on the other coasts. And if one thing in Pittsburgh that still has to be changed, I'm trying to recruit people right now out of large established companies here in Pittsburgh, and they perceive a lot of risk in startups. They perceive more risk in a small company than in a large company, when in fact the reverse is true. When you see large companies doing layoffs, when you see their businesses faltering, it's actually the startup companies and the innovative companies that are really driving a lot of job growth right now. We have open positions for 20 to 30 people right now. And we need to change that perception in people, though. We need several very successful startups in Pittsburgh to be able to do that. And finally, and this is a point that Ann brought up, which is really, really important, it's more mentoring. If you have a good idea, how do you execute on it? Because having a great idea is no guarantee that you will succeed, because you need good people to advise on the financial side. You need good people to advise on the legal side. You need a lot of mentoring on business in general. So the good idea alone is not enough. But we're working very hard, and our company, Four Moms, is working very hard with the community of people in order to try to encourage other startups. And we're working closely with high school STEM programs as well. So we spend a fair amount of our time actively involved in the community to do that and encourage the next generation of startups here in Pittsburgh. Thank you.